Power Huddle, I should say. Welcome to our Power Huddle, because it's not a full hour. So tell your consultant friends, like, grab your lunch and come join us for a Power Huddle, because it's the perfect pickup right in the middle of the day. We give you all the details, we get pumped up. And today, we're going to discuss DISC. And why would we discuss DISC? If you've never heard of it, you're like, what is DISC? I'm sure many of you have heard of it, but we wanted to go over it because Carol would always talk about it. But one of the things she would say is, as you're passing this business on, and as you're building your team, as you're working on your skills in Mary Kay, one of the best things to do is, obviously you're going to get to know people, but to build a wide base of people. So have a large age range that you work with, have a variety so that everybody's not doing the same thing all at once. For example, everybody's not having babies all at the same time and then they stop working, right? So does that make sense? So if you have a wide range, it will help you. And DISC is still, to this day, I know there's a lot of things out there and they will all help you, but DISC has the why, and it has the energy behind it, and it is simple, sweet. So we're going to talk about that, but it is the final 24 hours to be a first quarter star consultant. Can we just give a woo, woo, woo? Because we have, I know. Okay. What was our goal? Our goal was 30 star consultants in the first quarter. And I know 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 already. And then we've got, I know I've been talking to several of you. You're like, okay, we've got 3 or 4 that are almost there, that are totally tracking. You guys. I know some of you are like, well, that stresses me out. It's already over. I'm going to shoot for next quarter. No, no. That's like you just halted, and now it's going to take that much more energy to get going. The final 24 hours is when the big things happen in first quarter. And I know that all of y'all could sell 13 anniversary boxes today, or you could sell 58 items today. Oh my goodness, you've got today and tomorrow? Yes, because it ends tomorrow. You can put in orders tomorrow. And what launches tomorrow? Everybody, what launches tomorrow?
Winter products, the holiday.
The holiday products launch for all beauty consultants tomorrow. And they early released the 12 days of Christmas boxes again. So those are available tomorrow. So you guys, if you pre-sold those today, don't prejudge anybody. Those boxes are amazing. It's the perfect gift to treat yourself. It's the perfect gift for your girlfriend. It's the perfect gift. Husbands need to treat their wives to it. It is so perfect. So great way to finish up first quarter star. Any other ideas that are there any other ideas that you're like, I've used this, Vern, and this is
I was going to say, there is such power in saying you have a limited number of something.
Yes.
And a time frame.
Mm-hmm.
It's just simple. Hey, I've got 5 of these left. There, all of a sudden, there's a frenzy that happens when you only have a handful left. So set a goal and be like, okay, I'm going to sell 6 of these. And then, okay, I've only got 6 left. Who wants theirs right now? It makes such a difference.
And the other thing is you can make your own 12 days of faves. You can make your own 12 days or 12 hours of Christmas or whatever you want to do. And you make it with box sets. Mm-hmm. And so I like how they talked about that. But I mean, the Mary Kay, I always get at the end of the season, I always get the boxes that are left over from the former season. Then I already have them early.
Yeah.
But we already have boxes that we end up not using. And you could just wrap, even the microdermabrasion box. All different boxes have 3 boxes and you put 12 items in there. The main thing is just to have the cute little notes. Yes, use that box, use the microderm box, and what's the other box we have? I guess I'm thinking the Skinvigorate box is one of the boxes, but
the Clear Clinical Solutions box is beautiful.
Yes,
as well.
That's when I was
anything that comes in a cute box is something that your people want. But set a number goal, because then when you share it, they can see that number coming down. But if you don't have a goal, it's just out there. There's nothing to track. So make sure you track it. So congratulations. We have several people that have already achieved Girl Boss by having in their 300 or more wholesale by the 15th. So congratulations to our Girl Boss achievers. I know some people, I'm like, you guys pay attention attention. Some people are like $13 away. I'm like, oh my gosh. So I'm going to try and track it for you too. But like, pay attention and let your people know, like when you have 300 by the 15th, you get like free product. One of my gals, she's like, did somebody hack Mary Kay? Cause this came, I'm like, oh my goodness, I have no idea how it had her maiden name on it, but it showed up to her. Like, no, that's your girl boss prize. And you can just check the mail. So like, clearly like your systems need to be updated, but congratulations to our girl boss achievers. And we already have some Powered by Pink achievers in the month of September. Oh my goodness, you guys, like that necklace. Did you see Cindy Williams had it on the other day? I was like, that looks like a Tiffany necklace is all I have to say. It's beautiful. It's going to look amazing on people. And if you're like, I'm not keeping the jewelry for me, I don't wear jewelry, girlfriend, wrap it up and gift it to your BFF because she will love you forever. And she will feel so special when you gift her with this month's Powered by Pink. It's a heart necklace and it's got gems and it's pink and sparkly and beautiful. So make sure she gets that. Okay, you guys, I'm like bursting at the seams with excitement too, because we have our very first first time red jacket of this new seminar year. She's on the call with us. We just want to give her a huge round of applause. Congratulations, brand new red jacket, Sadie Cowan! Woo!
Yay, Sadie.
We are tracking it and we are so proud of you. Next week, we will have her official debut. Like we'll make it all official, but we just want to send you love, say congratulations. And I don't know, I feel like I should save all the words, but I'll pass this on to you because just in talking with her, I'm like, I'm going to take all of your lunches this week, Sadie, and we'll just chat. She let me chat with her. You guys don't be afraid to pick up the phone and call people. Talk to people. The energy that you get and the ideas and the creativity that just sparks during those times are amazing. Texting's great too, but there's something that happens about when you get to talk with them on the phone. Like you're like, oh, I ordered the same drink as you. Isn't iced coffee amazing? And I haven't even had one yet today. But one of the things she said was, don't be afraid to hear the word no. Just keep going. And I think sometimes that's what freezes us. So as you guys are choosing to finish up and be a first quarter star, why? Because you can, because you know that somebody's going to do it. Why not you? Remember, don't take it as a fall down if somebody says no, just keep going. It's just part of the process. It has nothing to do with you. You didn't make these products. You're just sharing them, right? And some people are going to buy them and some people aren't, and that's totally fine. But there's enough people out there that are going to say yes. And it's our job just to find them and locate them and share with them. And so thank you, Sadie, for reminding us. Don't be afraid to hear the word no. So you'll hear more about her success and her story next week. Just wanted to put that out there and say, we're so excited. So, you know, and I'm sure she would tell you too, like, if I can do it, you can do it. Because Sadie was not someone that ever, she's like, I don't want to move up. Like, I'm just doing this for me. This is just my thing. This is just fun. I'm like, go figure. I love it in Mary Kay. When you stick around and you hang in this pink bubble long enough, your goals change, your confidence changes, and we all grow. It's the best personal growth program you could take. And it's so much cheaper because you really actually make money while you're growing. Isn't that brilliant? Thank you, Mary Kay. Okay, product spotlight. You guys help me out. Okay, let me describe it. Can you tell me which product we're talking about? It comes in a little pot. You can store it on your shelf or in the refrigerator. I believe now it has a black cap. It's changed over the years. Yep. Jeannie's like, yes, we know. If you have not yet tried our Indulge Soothing Eye Gel, everything the name says is what it does. I would encourage you just set one by your bedstand or put one in your purse, because just in doing some customer follow-up calls yesterday, I was talking to one of my dear clients, and she said, yeah, you know, actually give me 2 of those, because I always have it out and I'll share it with my friends. And then when they like it, I just send it home with them and I just open a new one for me. And I thought, oh my gosh, talk about sharing the love. That's so brilliant. And the price point is so amazing because they're only 16 and you can share it with a friend. And that's like, she's going to love you forever. Right. One of the other ways that I love to use, I was listening to a girlfriend, she said she would get up and she would put it on in the morning and she would go get her coffee and she would come back. And then when she would wipe it off, she had no more puffy eyes. I thought, there you go. Watch whatever sad movie you want to the night before. Put on your Indulge eye gel in the morning, have your cup of coffee, and you're ready to go, right? No one will ever know. So thank you, Mary Kay, for products like the Indulge Soothing Eye Gel. It's green and fabulous. So I know you're going to love, love, love it. Okay. Any questions there? Now I can see you again. Okay. Okay.
It's like a cheap version of the hydrogel patches.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Like, it's something you could give away when you're doing events. When people are trying the hydrogel, you can give that away as a gift with purchase or whatever, or something.
It's yes, that would be an amazing gift with purchase. So if you're mailing out product or if you're CDSing product out to your customers, you guys put regular full size or regular line product. So section 1 product in there as a gift with purchase when they reach $40 or more. Or like if you were watching Makeup Monday last night, right? When they purchase 4 items, they can get the 5th for free. Heck yeah, I would totally put that in there for them, right? But that will up your sales. That will up your sales. And then before you know it, what's going to happen is you're going to be a star consultant from your reorders. I want that to ring in your ears. When you service your customers and focus on growing your customer base, what's amazing is that in a year or in 2 years, however quickly you take to get there, you're going to notice that your reorders will make you a consistent star consultant when you follow up with your peeps. So be thankful. Right now is the perfect time to follow up because we just launched the fall products. And now, as of tomorrow, it will be official that the holiday line products have launched. It's like double duty. It is total double duty. But I just want to give this plug before we go into disc. Stock up now. This is your opportunity to think like a retailer. If you are watching this or you're watching the replay on this, you guys, seriously, I don't want to hear any whining because products sold out. It's going to sell out. We're telling you right now, the products are going to sell out. And if you don't have your shelf stocked up, you can have a 2-minute pity party, but you cannot whine to anyone else. So I'll just say, that's like reason 100 and 200 to be a star consultant is to stock your shelf for the holidays because you know these products are going to fly off your shelves. Okay, let's switch gears so that you can work effectively with yourself and with your clients and with your family. And so in the next little bit here, I hope you take notes as we go over the DISC. It is a profiler, not for your personality, because y'all have those, but for your characteristic styles. Okay, take it away, Veronica.
Well, I absolutely love DISC, and DISC is an acronym. It has D, I, S, and C. And the D stands for dominance, the I, influence, the S, steadiness, and the C, conscientiousness. And again, it is not your personality. We all have different personalities. 2 people with the same exact kind of DISC makeup can have totally different personalities. But what it does is it helps you so much with communication to others, communication with family, friends, communication with clients and team members. It is a game changer because all of us like to be talked to a certain way. And so it's similar to love languages in that you could, if somebody is a gifts person, but you're just spending quality time with them, you're not loving them the way they love to be loved, where they would feel really loved if you just sent them a little gift. And so with DISC, you're speaking to people the way that they like to be communicated with, and it can be so beneficial. So kind of a little bit of a breakdown of each of the, personality characteristics. The high D typically talks in short sentences, is a little bit to the point, sometimes blunt, you could use the word, fast paced. They tell you what is wanted. They don't necessarily need to know the how and the background, all that. They want to know what and when. So this is a key part when you're speaking with somebody who seems a little bit like that, is don't do a ton of small talk. Focus on the bottom line, provide one or two options, this choice or this choice, and assure them it will be done and give a time frame. So those are ways to kind of respond if you're encountering somebody who's similar to that. If somebody is more of a I personality, that influential talker, they use small talk. That's what you'll notice. They are optimistic. They're usually smiling. They express feelings about situations often. They are people oriented. They ask who questions, and they're often under a little time pressure because something else has maybe ran long or something like that sometimes. The way to respond and communicate well with them is tell them who will do what. Like, oh, great, I would be happy to personally do that for you. Or I will have my assistant do that for you. Be friendly, relieve the time pressure. That's going to be big because that's a stressor for them. Avoid the facts and details. They don't need those. Emphasize the effects on people and connect with them. The high S personality, the steady relator, they're usually speaking a little bit more slowly, a little bit softer. They want to know the how. They want to know how it affects. Use we in the conversation. They will often use we. They'll talk about their family. They want to relate and be cooperative. They may ask for reassurance, and they may be a little fearful of change. And so responding by slowing your pace, even, I don't know if you realized, even as I was speaking, when I was talking about the D, I was speaking more directly, talking about the I, there was a little bit more intonation in my voice. When I was talking about the S, I slowed my pace down. You introduce change slowly. So maybe they start with the basic, and then they add the next step. So then they add microdermabrasion. Friendly reassurance is key. Using we in discussion. So we could get together again in 2 weeks and I can go over things and we can kind of walk through it step by step, tell how it's handled, give details. They like the procedures. They like the step by step. They're very organized in that fashion. And then the C is the conscientious. Sometimes they say compliant. They like to follow the rules. They often will use little small talk. They ask indirect questions. They will ask the how and the why, because that's important to them. They focus on facts and data, and they have read the perspective. If you sent them something ahead of time, they have read it. They may seem cold and impersonal. That is just how they relate. They are not a cold and impersonal person. That is just how it comes across. But be direct and to the point also with them, but you're going to emphasize the facts and data. Focus on the task at hand and the how. Avoid the small talk. It's just not the most important thing to them. Be very logical, less about feelings with them, and then reinforce the quality and the standards. So I started off with those because if you get nothing else, those are some of the key things that I want you to receive, because doing those things, it will transform relationships in your life. It will transform how you connect with your clients, prospective clients. Because if, for example, you are maybe more of a conscientious C, then you want to give all the details and you're going to be very straightforward and all of this. But maybe you're talking to somebody who is more of an influence, and they just really want to know what the fun is and how it'll feel and when we're getting back together, right? So, and vice versa. If you are more of an I influential talker and you're talking to somebody who's a C, if you are just going on and it's been so exciting and blah, 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 all the things, then that's not what they need. They need the facts. They need actually how it's going to work. Here's the pamphlet that goes with it. I can print off the product information. I'd be happy to email that to you. Those kind of things are the information they actually need. It's kind of like somebody saying, red is my favorite color, and you're giving them blue or green. Well, you want to give them red. Like if they love red, why would you buy something that's not red for them? That kind of thing. Couple other things that are important to keep in mind with each of these. The D, their major goal is results and control. Results and control. Those are their major goals. The I, people involvement and recognition. Those are the goals. With the S, security and stability are the goals. And with the C, accuracy and order are the goals. And for some of you who are taking notes, remember we did record this and you can watch it again. And so we'll get that to you. That way you can get all the ins and outs, because we have a short amount of time. So I want to just get the information to you. This is also really important, the dislikes of each of these. So the D does not like being controlled by others. And they do not like not seeing results. The lack of results, like they said it was going to be this. If I do this, it was going to be this, and they're not getting results. They also, the fear is being taken advantage of. Okay. With the I, the influence, they dislike handling complex details. They can do it, but they don't like it. And they dislike working alone. They also have a major fear of rejection or that loss of approval. With the S, the steadiness, unpredictability is a dislike. Also, if there's conflict or like hostility in there, because their major fears are sudden change or losing security. So if there's that unpredictability or conflict, it's rubbing where their major fear is. With the C, disorganization and unclear expectations, because their major fear is criticism of their performance or a lack of standards. So you can see how those tie directly together. Now, like I mentioned when I was talking about the I just now, they can handle complex details, they can learn those things. It just takes more energy. So all of these personality characteristics, they can do hard things for sure. It just takes more energy. Like if you're a D personality and you're driven into the point, can you communicate well with an S and C and be slow and more deliberate and go through the details? Oh, of course you can. It just will take more energy. You might have to prepare for it. You might have to chill out afterwards. If an S is going to go do a big party with a bunch of, high influence gals, and, somebody has a strong personality and they're a D there, they can totally rock it. However, when they get home, they're probably going to be like, I think I'm just going to watch a movie. I think I just need some quiet time, right? You just have to realize that you can do hard things. It just takes more energy. And you have to know that, you might need a cushion. If you're stepping out of your natural and doing a little bit more in whatever, like if I have to sit down and do a ton of paperwork, that's not my strength. I just have to know that I have to like buffer it with something fun before and something fun with people after. And then I'm like, that's like my reward for doing this. Okay, great. It's really important with all of these to understand their decision style. With each of these, how we make decisions, we all make decisions differently. Dominance, D, quick decision style. Some of you, some gals were up with me at seminar and shopped with me. I mean, there were a number of times I walked into a store, I bought something and walked out, and the other girls were still visiting up out front and hadn't gotten the store. So then I shopped the store again with them. It's fine. I just make quick decisions. All good. And also, I is the influence. They may have emotional gut feeling. They're like, that resonates. Yep. The S, steadiness, deliberate. That's their decision style. It's on purpose. It's just right. And the C, the conscientious, is analytical. They've looked at the pros and cons. They've done the pros cons list in their lists. in their head. They've already like kind of answered all the FAQs, the frequently asked questions. They've figured it all out. Okay. So all of this, we share all of this to give you some tools. These are not the be all end all, but they're tools in your toolbox. And so really quickly, to be able to figure out what someone is, if you're picking up that they are more outgoing, they are more talkative and that kind of thing, that they really are more extroverted even, oftentimes they are going to be either a D or an I. Now I say often and most. It's not a hard and fast rule. There's always going to be outliers, right? And that's a good thing. That's just how we're created to be. So they're going to be a D or I. If they're more quiet, they're more maybe a little on the shyer side of things, they're less outgoing, they're having a one-on-one conversation more, they're more introverted, they get their energy from recharging not around a bunch of people, then they're going to be S or C. So you can split it right kind of down the middle that way. You can also split it if they're more work and task focused, then they're going to be a D or a C. So work, task focus, what they've got to get done. If they're more people focused, then they're going to be an I or an S. And so you can make kind of a little grid and just go like crisscross like this and put the D. I don't know if I'm backwards, but D is in the top left corner. I is in the top right corner. C is in the bottom left corner. S is in the bottom right corner. And so you split it. And so the top is extrovert, the bottom is introvert, the left is work focused, and the right is people focused. And so really quickly, you can ascertain the person I'm talking to just talked all about her family and how she loves to, be at home and read books. Well, I can go real quick and go, okay, she talked about family first. That was people. Okay. And then she talked about enjoying just time alone out on her back patio, reading a book, probably more on the introverted side. Is it a generalization? Totally is. But a lot of times it's pretty close. It's going to get you pretty close, which is what you need. If all of a sudden you're talking to a gal and she leads with telling you her position at work and how she just got back from this great vacation and went with 20 of her friends, she's probably a D, because that is the work focus and extroverted side. Could she totally be a different one and just happen to mention her work first and her friends? Totally. But it gives you a good rule of thumb. And so that you can then take those first things I talked about and speak to what they need to be heard. There is a lot to learn about DISC. There's all kinds of great information. It does overlap with all the different things, whether it's the Myers-Briggs or the Enneagram or all of those kind of things. And it's fun to see how those intertwine. But DISC, hard and fast, is one of the best tools that you can use in your business. And I can tell you, at least in my personal business, it has impacted me the most of all the booking tools, all the everything tools. This has helped me the most in my business. So that's just kind of a little bit about DISC.
Ooh, I love it. Thank you. Thank you. So yes, we hope that you will use this tool in your interactions with your family, your people that you're working with, your coworkers, and just hone in your skills. Our challenge to you, whether you have 0 in or you are just eeks away, is to finish up and be a first quarter star, because we want you to be an all-star. We want you to be sitting with us at seminar this time next year and celebrating because you stretched, you did the uncomfortable, you got out of your comfort zone and you made miracles happen. And so we are
Indeed.
And if we miss you, leave us a message. We'll call you back. But in the meantime, have an awesome day. And remember, you can do it. We love you. You guys rock.